Hello, this is Jacob Woods, and I will be doing a deep dive of my Celeste summer research project. So for this, I used FMOD Studio to replace a lot of the original Celeste sounds with my own. So first, I'll be showing this video here, which shows gameplay within the prologue, the main menu in level 1, just so you all can see the sounds that I placed in, see how it works within the game and all that. And then I will be showing the actual FMOD projects and doing a comparison between my own sounds and how they originally sounded. So without further ado, here we go. Excuse me, ma'am? So after watching that video, you basically get a sense of all the sounds that I placed in, how everything feels within the prologue, the main menu in level 1. So I'm just going to do a quick run through of the sounds, a comparison between my sounds and Power Up Audio's original sounds. So mine are here on the left, theirs is on the right. Sorry if it seems kind of unorganized. Even whenever I do this and have everything side by side, it's kind of hard to, I can try it, but it's kind of hard to navigate and show everything. So with this, starting out with the dialogue was very advanced. I didn't change it outside of just this little bit that you heard at the very beginning. Excuse me, ma'am? Within the prologue, because the way that Power Up Audio has their dialogue system set up, it's extremely advanced. So there are the dialogue portrait here up at the top. This determines the mood of the character. So whether the character is sad, whether it's distracted, normal, angry, whatever. So these destination markers here, these green ones, will determine, after this tells, like, say that it's 1, that means it's going to be normal. So this, as soon as it plays, it would go straight to destination 1, and that would be normal dialogue, which is right here. And it will start playing. So their dialogue isn't actually like voiceover dialogue. It's syllables and vowel sounds to mimic dialogue. So here's how it sounds. So yeah, that's why I couldn't do my own voiceover, because of the way they have it and me not having access to the video game's code. All that kind of stuff really prevented me from doing so. So that's the dialogue system. So moving on from dialogue, we have Madeline's dash sound, dash red left and dash red right. So let's catch up on this side. There it is. So the original, here's how Power Up did it. That's for the left. That's for the right. Here's mine for the left. Mine for the right. So that was probably the first sounds that I worked on when I started this project over the summer. And there's definitely similar, but yeah, there's differences. So here's the death sound. Theirs versus mine. And yeah, I really enjoyed working on all of these sounds, even though I feel like I still have a lot to learn. I enjoyed the process of learning and being able to get hands-on with an actual game and implement my own sounds and see the results. So either way, even it may not sound as good as theirs, I enjoyed it. So the footsteps, the grab, the handhold, these are all very similar in the landing. There's a surface index, which determines what surface the character is on. So just like with the dialogue, there's this one has a surface index as opposed to a portrait, and the numbers dictate what surface it's on. So here on the left, 5, that's wood. So whenever the character, I believe that's wood. Yes. Whenever the character is standing on wood or walking on wood, that's the sound we get. And that's the same over here as well. Theirs is a bit more advanced, like I said, but I put in my own version. So I did that for a couple over here, not everything, but that's what I did. In the jump sound, definitely some difference. I felt like it needed more character, so here's theirs. Extremely simple. Mine, I just felt like it needed a bit more character, so I did it that way. There were a few more things that I worked on, like the death sound, where I believe that I showed that, the death sound, the pre-death sound, the revive, but just to save some time, not going to go over that. But we're going to move on to the ambiance. So the ambiance sound within the main menu, the prologue, and level 1. So here's prologue, here's theirs. In this blue region here on the, well, here at the top, as soon as this reaches the end, it's a loop region, so to go right back around. Just like that. So, and it's wind for the most part. It's on the mountain, it's snowing. Yeah, so here's my version. You can hear some whistling in there. I kind of did that just to kind of get that that sense of a stronger wind that's blowing really strong. You get that whistly sound. But I did the same for the main and the prologue, so those two winds are the same. But when it comes to the world map, I did do something different. Theirs is a bit louder, as you can see in the waveforms, how mine is really thin, theirs is thicker. But here's a difference in the sound. And then here's mine. So even though it's quieter, it still, you know, has that sense of ambiance, that wind. So we have some things in the prologue here, like the bridge crumbling whenever she runs. But theirs and mine are just about the same. Mine just has a bit of a higher pitch. I also did the fall block, where the block falls when she's underneath, and in the impact, in the shake. But I'm not going to go over those. But we do have the intro vignette. So this was probably my favorite thing to record. This is at the very beginning of the video, very beginning with the prologue, where it shows where the character's off the screen, and it has music, and it has a car driving up and whatnot. So let me play that for This Is Theirs, Power Up Audios. And then here's mine. So that was something I enjoyed doing. I went out and I drove my car up and I recorded me getting out and everything. So that was really fun. And that song is also another song of my own that I made for a friend of mine. It's called King Koi. Something special, King Koi. It is on my SoundCloud, so if you ever want to go and check it out. But that was really fun for me to make. So next in the level 1 Forsaken City, we have this zip mover. So they have variations here on the right with how it sounds. I just did the one, so here's theirs. Here's mine. So definitely similar. They have various versions, like I said, and to me, for the most part, they sound just about the same. So, but for time's sake, I just kind of did one thing instead of multiple. So now, moving on. Game General. The Diamond. So here's how the Diamond sounded with the touch in return. Let's see if I could find this one. So again, they had various versions, but for Diamond Return, here was mine. This was theirs. And then Diamond Touch, here's mine. And then here's theirs. I definitely really like theirs a lot. I just couldn't get that sound that I really wanted, but I got something out of it. So I definitely enjoyed that too. Um, so everything else I did. The spring, that was super simple. I did the platform disintegrate and the return. Um, secret revealed. Now that is something I wanted to show a comparison for right here. Sorry if it takes me a bit to find them. Okay, here we go. There's so many sounds. So here's the one that they originally had. And you see that within level 1 whenever that passage just vanishes whenever the character goes at the top. So that was theirs. Here's mine. Theirs again. So yeah, that was fun as well. And then the strawberry get. That's how I did mine. Here's theirs. Pretty different. But yeah. So next is the big things, the music. Which, I'm not saying music's bigger than sound effects or sound design, but these definitely took more time, obviously, because they're music. And I experimented a lot. So for the bridge part, where the bridge is crumbling underneath the character and she's running at the prologue before she gets the dash move, I made something, a genre called psytrance. It was my first time giving it a shot. So here's the original one, how it sounded. And then here's mine. So I've always wanted to try to make psytrance, so this just felt like the perfect opportunity, and it was definitely something I enjoyed learning. The intro part, so here's the music that plays within the prologue as you're moving along. Here's theirs. And then here's mine. So definitely a similar feel. I was trying to go for a similar feel, not change it up too much, but that is what I did. The title ping, here's theirs. I did want to add, here's another thing that I wanted to add just a bit more character to. This happens at the end as soon as Madeline or Coraline gets the dash move. Just a pluck on the piano. Here's my version. So I tried to do like something similar to theirs, but I felt like it was too simple. And then I tried doing something else, a version of this that I felt was too much. So just kind of meet in the middle in a way. But here's the music for level 1. So this was a huge piece that I created. It is called Frustration. And I primarily named it because the game itself is very frustrating. It's very challenging. And I was also having issues within my DAW Cubase with producing this, and it was just frustration, but a very fun song nonetheless. So here is theirs, and then I'll play mine right after. yeah, theirs is like 8-bitish, 16-bitish, and whatnot. Um, but here's mine, my version. But yeah, you hear that within the game. I really enjoyed making that piece. But what happens here up at the top, these layers, you hear it within the prior video. These layers go in and out depending on what section of the game you're in. So, layer 1, that's the percussion. Layer 2. Layer 3. The end is where everything else cuts out, but this last, well, actually, layer 2. So that was something extremely fun to work with within the game. That happens, well, yeah, it's level 1. So depending on what area you're in within the game or within the level, each layer will either come in or come out, and it's really fun. Um, so there's that, and then the music for the menu for selecting what area to go in. So this is theirs. Very serene, very mellow. Here's mine. So it's just as serene and chill as the first one. I mess with some panning, as you can hear, if you're especially if you're wearing headphones. The synth in the back move between left and right. So, yeah. So on to the user interface. So for within the game, there wasn't much that I worked on, just primarily the pause and the unpause. So here's theirs. Here's mine. And then unpause. I'll play theirs. And then mine. So for mine, I tried to connect them in terms of like the pitch and whatnot. So pause, unpause. So I think they probably did the same. Kinda. But yeah. So that was the user interface within the game while playing. And then I worked on some things for within the main menu for whenever you start up. So there was button select. I'll play theirs. And then mine. just a little thing there I enjoyed working on too. Um, Save file begin. This was a weird one. That was really cool. That was my first time I put modulation on a riser, on like a white noise riser, and it made that choppy sound at the end. And here's theirs. So within the menu, they use the piano a lot, but yeah, they definitely got down with what they wanted to have their sound palette for the game. So that's primarily everything right there in the main. I do have a few more, but don't have to worry about those. So getting into the end here, then we have the chapter selects. So level select, theirs, mine. So this one, so actually I should play it in order. So you have to select, first you select the icon, then you select the level, then you select the checkpoint, start. So it goes in order. So it goes select, icon, select, level select, and then checkpoint start. So yeah, and they do the same thing. I got the idea from them. So select, level select, checkpoint start, mine. So yeah, I worked on panning with that too. It goes from right to left. But yeah, so that's basically everything that I did versus what Power Up Audio and Kevin, I hope I say his last name right, Regamey. I'm not sure how to exactly pronounce his last name, but I was able to meet and speak with him, and he was able to look at my project and things. So it was a lot of fun working on this project. So I just want to thank Stetson University and the donors that allowed me to receive this grant over the summer and work on this project and just learn more and just prepare for my future. So thank you all. Thank you for watching. And yeah.